I hate my life. Waking up at 5 AM to go to work feels awful. AAA gaming keeps pushing worse and worse practices and unfinished games. Finishing school felt like a waste of time because the entry-level positions are asking for multiple years of experience, which makes no sense. You need to get experience at an entry-level job, but you can't get experience because the entry-level jobs are asking for multiple years of experience. That's a paradox. That makes no fucking sense. Oh hey, Sonic Racing Crossworlds. It's crazy where we are right now. Like I said in my Shadow Generations video, which you should go watch after this video, by the way. Go watch that now! Successful movie trilogy, Frontiers being a huge success with its open zone concepts, Shadow Generations improving on almost everything, and now here we are. Like, compared to 2020, who would have thought that we would be in this position right now?
Not me!
It took 5 years after Forces until we got Frontiers, which brought us from it's so over to we're so back for the mainline games, and now 6 years after the experience that was Team Sonic Racing, we got Sonic Racing Crossworlds. We're so back. Sonic Racing games started with Sonic R back in 1997, which was a fun game in its own right, but was plagued by the thought in the back of everyone's mind that, wait a minute, they're running. So Sonic would just win, and yeah, he would. So in their next attempt, they took the concept to its next logical form, hoverboards. And I can't blame them because this shit's cool as fuck. They then followed this up with Zero Gravity by adding a gravity ring mechanic to the gameplay, which resulted in it being not as good. And after that, infusing it with the power of the Xbox Kinect, which resulted in the Riders franchise being killed off. Free's great though. In 2010, the Sonic team finally got the idea, what if we just put Sonic in a car? Imagine that. Thus released Sonic Racing, and also these guys, I guess. Like, I was 9 when this game came out, and I had no clue who all these Japanese guys, this chicken boy, or this flying shoe were. These looked almost the same to me back then. My fondest memory I had of this game, which was good, by the way, don't get me wrong, but was just staying in the menu and letting the CG intro play over and over again. Look at this! This shit's cool as fuck! Punch that car, Japanese guy! Punch it! 2 years later, Transformed expanded on the idea by adding Sky Racing, Sea Racing, Wreck-It Ralph, Danica Patrick, TF2?
Seks.
After that madness, it took 7 long years, 2 different presidents, the back-to-back releases of Lost World, Boom, and Forces. Man, we were just thriving, weren't we? Until finally, we got Team Sonic Racing. I want to talk about this game for a sec. Yes, I know the title of the video, I know, but just give me a minute, okay? It's important for the comparison later, I promise. Now, TSR is not a straightforward sequel to the Sega All-Stars games, but more its own thing. It's definitely its own thing. First off, this game only has Sonic characters in it. I personally don't think it's that big of a deal, because most people will recognize the Sonic characters more anyway, and it might help with selling the game, and Sega wasn't so big on using any of the other Sega All-Stars characters around this time anyway. So sorry Chicken Boy fans, no representation for you. I'm sorry if I offended any Billy Hatcher fans, but I don't really care. More controversially, TSR decided to remove the transformation aspect and replaced it with a team mechanic. Does the team mechanic justify the gimmick change and make for a solid gameplay focus? No. No, it doesn't. So you race in teams of 3, mostly split between a speed, technique, and power member. The member the most in the lead leaves a trail for their teammates to slipstream off of. If an ally takes a hit, you can pass them to give them a recovery boost, and you can pass along items to help each other. All in function to charge your team ultimate meter that will make all of you super fast and The big hiccup is that it's not just your performance that decides your end score. You see, it's not enough for you to finish in first place. You can do that, but if your special needs teammates finish all the way in last, your team score will be dragged all the way down and you still lose. Having to put your faith in the hands of 2 other people online and pray they don't mess up is not fun, and that is if you can even find a bloody online game to begin with. This game was plagued with connection issues throughout its whole life, and with no plans for future content, it was basically dead online at launch. Oh, but who cares about randoms online? I have friends! I could just play with them! No, you can't. You can't group up with your friends and go into a room or server. How did they not think of this? It's Team Sonic Racing! So the gameplay is a downgrade, the online is dead. What else is there? I mean, in my personal opinion, I like that the item boxes use the wisps instead of the random assortment of throwing away garbage that we used in the All-Stars games. There's a campaign mode. It's shit, but it's there. Oh my fucking god, it's fucking free riders again.
I'm a lady!
Small story rant here. The writing for these games was in the absolute gutter at this time, but genuinely, what were they even thinking here? It's so bad. The new mysterious character who says some vague, possibly evil stuff, and other than that does absolutely nothing wrong, turns out to not be evil, and the actual final villain is Eggman. Oh my god, wow! People in this universe know about a place called Dampa Kingdom, and a company called Dampa Motors, but don't think that the guy called the Dampa who has an autistic level of interest in cars might be connected to that. These games are meant to be able to be played by kids, not written by them. You can really tell this game was plagued with a lack of budget, which was a serious problem with every game in this franchise around this time. Instead of having well-designed stages with land, sea, and sky sections, you get team mechanics with just some slight visual flair. A lot of the stages are reused from the previous racing games with very little unique feel to them. Remember when we had unique all-star moves for every racer, but now you just get a yellow glow effect? No wonder this game died. Why would people invest their time into this with no plans for future updates, when I could just go play the previous ones and have a better time? I do like this mechanic, I do, and I feel like there's a pretty neat gameplay loop here, but it should not only have not come at the cost of the transformation gimmick, but should have been an additional game mode instead. Alright, ran over. Crossworlds talking time. This game is not that. For starters, Crossworlds actually has a budget. Like, the entire marketing and lead up for this game just exudes confidence. A free-to-play beta, the public announcement of having crossplay with the cheeky disses to Nintendo. What is this, the 90s? Those movies really gave them their balls back. The one big multi-platform elephant in the room, though, is that $70 price tag. I'm happy with how confident they are with this game. I'm happy with the quality of this game. But this is not a good thing. Or good for the industry in general. The new gimmick are the Crossworlds, where after the first lap you get transported to a completely different track chosen by the person in the lead. Then for the third lap you return to the first track, which now has different stage hazards and paths activated. This mechanic is actually so much deeper than I initially thought, because now every single lap of a race is different. And the best part is that they didn't sacrifice anything for it either, since the transformation mechanic is completely back. Content-wise, it has everything you'd expect. Grand Prix, time trials, online, this weird CPU versus team park mode, I guess. The only thing I'm really missing is just a single race mode and I'm set. Every one of these modes also unlocks a variety of stuff, so you never feel like you're wasting your time on something. Completing Grand Prix unlocks more stages and makes use of the new rival system, which assigns one main character who's more difficult than the others and will come gunning for your ass. The races are also preceded by these short and fun character dialogues like in fighting games. No joke. Some of the best writing this franchise has ever had have come from pre-race dialogues. It's fucking crazy. The team mechanic is also here and is used in the CPU arena mode, where you defeat rival teams and unlock more vehicles in these weird CPU blob skins who make buzz noises, because who wouldn't want to play with that? Time trials is normally not something I occupy myself with, but if you dangle Undefeatable in front of me for getting an A rank, I will do just about whatever you want. Now for the real scary part. Not a job. No, I wouldn't do that to you. What I'm talking about is online. Online play is fairly simple, where you start all the way down at E rank and climb up by performing well, and eventually you'll end up where your skill should normally fall. They even have friend rooms. Oh my god, imagine that. Now playing online is a completely different beast from your single player. No shit, I hear you say, but where the difficulty against the CPU comes from is them using proper planning and having good item usage. The difficulty online comes from every single individual player being a sociopath. They don't have skill. Most people playing this game don't feel like they have any skill whatsoever. What they do have is a large sum of expendable income that they give to their Uncle at Sonic team to ensure that they somehow have 3 fucking ghosts in a row ready to rip me a new asshole. That, or they think they are oh so funny by bringing their stupid truck meme build and running over everyone at the start of the race. I came here to play a game, not be the victim of a terrorist attack. All I see are Mikus on extreme gears. Please save me. Oh yeah, festivals. Coinciding with a new character release, we get a limited time event where you can enter decals, music, plates, and by limited time, I do mean limited time. Now I don't need these to go on an entire month, but 4 days is maybe a bit short. Like in the case of the Minecraft one, where I didn't even hear about it until the last day, and then I didn't have enough time to get anything done. It's a bit shite if you ask me. The tracks in this game are killer. 24, that's more than any of the others had by default, and then 15 Crossworlds. There's also much less repeats from before, and some cool new original ones, and several from recent games. Easy asset reuse, but still cool. And biggest of all, no Green Hill. We are free gamers. We are free. The roster of this game is great, and as I mentioned before, is made up of just Sonic characters, and oh boy, everyone is here! Except most of the spin-off characters, 2000's main game supporting characters, or even main villains, and none of the IDW characters, but apart from that, everyone is here! You've got your staples like Team Heroes and Team Dark, a complete Team Rose for once instead of swapping out Cream or Big, Vector finally gets Espio and Charmy with him instead of being hoarded out to other teams, Team Eggman actually being complete and making sense now by having Sage added, the Babylon Rogues finally being playable again since 2010. 2010! Silver and Blaze kind of fucking up everyone else's trio structure, but at least they aren't denying Vector his boys anymore just to complete them. 2 of the Deadly 6, talk about random as fuck. I'd have to guess that Zavok and Zaz are the most popular ones out of them? I guess? I mean, I like Zavok. I like him.
We are Zeti. We do nothing in half measures. Unleash all your rage on the track, regardless of your opponent. I demand it.
Yo, is that Patrick Seitz? And there's more free characters on the way. Jonkler, Ichiban, Hatsune Miku, Knights is coming soon, Ai, and probably more of the other Sega All-Stars like Amigo. Hey Chicken Boy fans, you might win after all. Now, this little bit I had to rewrite because originally I went on this whole tangent talking about tempering expectations that the IDW characters who are heavily requested by the fans would very likely not be included in the game, and that we should keep our expectations realistic. That, like I said before, the free slots would be kept for other Sega property characters or most likely the remaining Deadly 6 members. And then while I was making this video, they show Tangle and Whisper are coming. So I will gladly take that L. Now get rough and tumble in here, please. On top of the game having a season pass that will add even more characters, vehicles, and tracks throughout the whole year, imagine having post-launch content and support, am I right? We've got SpongeBob, Pac-Man, Mega Man, TMNT, Avatar's coming, Steve's already in the game. If you pre-order, you can get the Werehog. The Werehog, and the character variants from the Netflix Prime show. Someone was convinced to pre-order because of them. Someone out there. Probably. Even outside of DLC, you can unlock more stuff, beat every rival in Grand Prix, and you get Supersonic. I thought he was just another character, but no, he's a cheat. You basically play on easy mode with him since nothing can hurt you, which is probably why you can't use him online, but just turn that off and let people use him, it's no big deal. You can get this corrupted Sage skin. This game has skins, by the way, which was a bit of a surprise to me. Okay, skins is a bit much. This is a texture change. Those ugly CPU goober skins you unlock through the team race mode are technically also texture changes, but changing their voice to a goober filter counts as enough of a change, I guess. We'll make a whole character slot for the Netflix variants instead of making them skins, but we can't get Chaos? Really? This all leads up to a big selection of characters, parts, and gadgets to pick and choose from to make your favorite playstyle. But I don't care about matching your character's class stats to the vehicle's class stats and creating the most optimal loadout. I pick Knuckles and a red and yellow extreme gear, and if I don't win, I stop playing for the day. The big problem with the DLC, and every character to be added from this point on, is that they don't talk. Is this a problem? Yes and no. Mostly yes. I didn't expect that they would do an NRS style back and forth for every single character in the game. Just looking at other games like the first Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl show that voice acting isn't that much of a priority to them in their crossovers, or in their previous All-Star Racers for that matter. To be fair, they did add it in the sequel, but probably just because of how big of a point of contention it was made by people specifically for that game. Is it fair to expect voice acting for all these characters? Yeah, it is. And I'm sure that people didn't expect it for Minecraft or Pac-Man or Mega Man. Maybe not even for the Paramount-owned characters, but for the literal Sega-owned ones, it's not that unrealistic to expect it. Roger even said he'd want to voice the Werehog, but that could have brought its own problems with it if they chose that option instead of getting Jason back. And then bringing Jason back could maybe give people the wrong expectations about him being used for anything else in the future, so just having grunts and howls might be the best case scenario. Apart from the voice acting, there's also the point of the price. $70 as a base game price is something being pushed by the industry and especially big AAA companies. Is this fair? No. Should this become the new standard? No. Should this game cost $70? No. There's a big discussion to be had about the ratio of potential playable hours to cost, pre-order bonuses, day one patches, games as a live service, season passes, deluxe and ultimate editions existing and being included in that price hike, and some people ignoring all of that and just completely going off of if they are having fun with it or not. Pokemon fans! A topic and a discussion I don't want to attach at the tail end of this video, because it would become much longer than it needs to be and would trail off into its own thing entirely, so I'm just gonna leave that here and sum it up with this. This game is fun. Really fun. It's content-rich, well-supported, and both its price, DLC, and other companies now looking at Sonic as a brand they can attach their IPs to shows that Sonic Team and Sega have confidence with this game, which is something we haven't seen with this brand in a long time. $70 worth of confidence? I wouldn't say that much, but close enough. The fact it took Team Sonic Racing about a year to get to 1.5 million sales and Crossworlds reached 1 million in over a month, and we've got potentially years of support for this game to come, I feel like we're doing pretty damn great. Now hopefully they don't fuck it up.